Welcome to the official catch-up. Today I'm joined by Webb of Stirling Uni. How are you getting on, Alex?
I am not so bad. Yourself?
Yeah, obviously we're doing these due to the lockdown, trying to keep people entertained. I think a lot of people are obviously missing the football and the chat a wee bit.
I have kept note of your podcast over the last couple of days and obviously over the season, and it's just to get boys chatting about football and what they're doing with their time.
Yeah, in terms of Stirling Uni, you guys been pretty. I think you've been 10th since week 3 or something like that.
Yeah, that's. I think I saw your post on the Catchup where I think the past 3 seasons I've been involved with Stirling Uni, we've been 10th, but it doesn't really sum up how we play.
No.
The amount of effort we put in, on a Wednesday and a Saturday, it doesn't reflect our league position really.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I kind of give you a fair bit of credit because I really do like a lot of the guys that at Stirling Uni. I think you're a good young team. You obviously won the Bucks as well, which is fantastic. I think that's the first time in about 5 years, if I remember correctly. But you guys are, for what you do, having to play practically, almost double the amount of games that some teams play is fantastic.
Yeah, it's totally different because on a Wednesday the standards it's just all frantic. It's all in the air, head it, kick it, do what you can to get a result. But the boys have a good transition to change on a Saturday where you're playing against a lot more better technical players. But I think the gaffer he instills it to the boys who were joining early on. He says what you'll be playing on a Wednesday is totally different to what you're playing on a Saturday. The boys adapt well. Yeah, it's obviously hard to juggle studies and football at the same time, but it's sort of getting your time management skills right and obviously your mentality for the games.
Yeah, and if you don't mind me asking, Alex, what are you studying at the moment?
Sports studies.
Oh, so relevant to what you're doing.
So it's a lot of the modules I do coincide with obviously football, so I use a lot of them skills into that.
Are you? What's happening with uni at the moment? Are you on your dissertation? Are you exams cancelled and stuff like that? Are you?
I'm third year, so I've still got another year left. But I've got an exam which is now online, a presentation and a quiz, which sounds pretty straightforward. But doing it online and at home, it's a bit of a pain, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought it was always better. Like when I used to go home from uni, I just couldn't study really. I always felt it was better just sitting in the library for a few hours and sort of concentrate. So it must be hard. It's obviously a distraction being at home.
Yeah, I agree with you there. It's just, I think it's that environment, being in the library, it just helps you study more.
In terms of Stirling Uni, to be honest with you, mate, when I first got involved in, I'm sure you guys hear this all the time, but when I first got involved in the Lowland League, I kind of thought, uni teams, and then I saw the game you played against Kelty last season at New Central Park, where you drew 2-2, and my mindset just completely changed. I sort of looked more into what you do in the Bucks. I promised the gaffer that I would learn a wee bit more about the Bucks and stuff, and I'm amazed at the programme, but does the stick you get from maybe some of the junior teams that are not quite in the Lowland League, does that motivate you? Does it bother you at all?
I think it's the same, not just yourselves, but I think it's probably other teams in the league. And like you say, junior teams, they sort of like when we go into cup competitions and we play lower league teams, they sort of come into it thinking, oh yeah, it's just a bunch of young boys where we're going to run over them. But I think it's, like I said before, we've adapted, I think, well to what people think, and we just play our own game really, and don't really bother about what they think. I think it was Blackburn we played last season in the cup, and they said that we were the dirtiest team they've played against, which I don't know which is true or not, but yeah, we do get quite a little bit of stick, but
yeah, I remember earlier, well, a couple of months ago now, I think he's got the win at East Stirlingshire. Andy Williamson, who does their Twitter, obviously tweeted out that you were sort of playing for the draw, and then you go and score the winner.
It's just little comments like that. It just makes you chuckle because they can't face that they got beat by probably the better team on the day. So you just have a little laugh at them comments.
How good is the Stirling Uni programme? Obviously, we've seen the likes of Rory McEwen go to Elgin, obviously Blair Lyons at Montrose, and then now he's moving up to Partick Thistle and stuff. Gus going to Elgin as well, and I'm assuming there'll be a few more boys. Is that the sort of objective of the programme for you guys to maybe do something with football?
I think probably, yeah, because boys come in from, like myself, I came down from England to play. I came from Morecambe, and I came up at first thinking, it's going to be easy, Scottish football, this and that. But then I sort of got taken back by how good the standard actually was in the Lowland League. And I think over the past 3 seasons, it's developed me as a player. And the other 3rd and 4th years, obviously, have moved on now. But I think the gaffer, Geds, he does excellent with the programme, what he does, and how he manages all the boys. And obviously, he's got a lot of contacts with clubs higher in the pyramid. So I think a lot of boys who are leaving this year and next year will be looking to progress to the high level.
So how did you actually get involved in Stirling Uni? I know Chris obviously sometimes has a lookout for some of the players. Was that what happened with you, or did you just sort of apply and then trial?
So it was when Shelley was still manager. Down in England they have the exit trials. I think they have it up in Scotland as well.
Yeah.
But obviously, so Shelley travelled down there's about 50, 60 boys there. And you just play, I think it's a 60-minute game. And she scouted me from there and offered me the a scholarship to come up. And I already knew Tom Cowley, who's leaving this year. So it was a no-brainer, really.
Yeah, absolutely. What are you doing to sort of combat, the isolation at the moment? I take it you're still keeping fit. Have you got any instructions from the gaffer on that to what you should be doing?
Yeah, he's sent over as a programme, but I'm just trying to keep on top of this uni work I've got to do.
Yep.
I've got a few workouts I'm doing, get out on the bike, have a walk, but it's difficult. Like boys have said in the previous podcast, it's hard when you're used to that schedule of training, 2 times, 3 times a week, and now you're just stuck indoors. It's difficult.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that a lot of people don't realise. Obviously, when you're in a routine, it can be difficult when it's you don't have that routine to fall back on. I think a lot of people start feeling a wee bit lost, and obviously, we've talked about it for a wee while now. But mental health's obviously a thing at the moment, and I think everyone is being affected by this whole thing, not being able to see their family. I mean, I myself, I can't see my son at the moment, which is, why I hope these just keep people going. Chats, having a wee bit of normality, hopefully, and discussing football, and we're obviously trying our best, and hopefully people listen in and stuff.
No, I agree. It's hard being cooped up in your house and not being able to do anything now. I agree with you there.
So Alex, you've obviously, hopefully, all your work and that's, you're going to pass it and whatnot. But what are you hoping for the future? Are you hoping to maybe get into Scottish football with like say Elgin, or are you maybe looking for something maybe down in England?
I think personally, I want to stay up in Scotland. I've got all my mates are up here now, and I think opportunity-wise up here, it's better for myself to get a team in Scotland, and I think I enjoy it a lot more up here. I think if my mum and dad hear that, they won't be too happy. But I think I want to pursue things up here.
Well, that's good to hear. Yeah, that's good to hear, and hopefully you do. I mean, I touched on the uni programme there. I think Chris and the guys there, and obviously like yourself, the players and that. I think everyone's doing a fantastic job with the programme, and the proof's in the pudding. That like I mentioned, obviously Blair Lyons, he's doing fantastically well. He was one of the guys during that 2-2 game that it was just like, wow, he's amazing.
Yeah, I think we'll always miss Blair. He could just turn it on just like that. It was probably one of the best players I've played with personally. But he was different gravy.
Definitely. And who do you support, if you don't mind me asking, Alex?
I'm a Liverpool fan,
Oh
so
God.
I know I'm hoping there's talks of them just being handed the league, but I'm not sure what's going to happen yet. I saw what the Highland League did. They've just handed their top of the league, haven't they? They've won the league, so.
Yeah, obviously a wee bit of a different situation in the Lowland League due to relegation, and obviously Celtic
Yeah,
Hearts aren't that far away from Bonnyrigg. I think in Bora Rangers' case, I think they were far enough ahead that I thought was fair. I know a lot of people think it was a wee bit early, but they were like 14 points clear, and so it's tough. Do you have any sort of opinions on what should happen? What I know it's tough for you as a Liverpool fan. Obviously, you want that
I
title away, but just personal opinion, maybe just on Scottish football.
I think, like you say with Brora, it's similar to the Liverpool situation. There's so many points ahead, but I think, like it was Fash said on your previous podcast, that there's still chance for Bonnyrigg to nick it, whether they will or not.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but it's difficult to say because obviously it's the business end of the season now, so it's getting to the important stage. But if possible, I'd love to finish the season off, but you just can't see it happening with all this carry on with the virus and all that.
Yeah, I said that to Fash as well. I think we're both in agreement that I just don't think it's going to happen. There's too much. As I said, it was a minefield because the players, like Gus is obviously moving on to Elgin, and does he stay at Stirling Uni for a wee bit longer, or can he? Stuff like that. It was players obviously out of contract.
Yeah,
It's just. I'm glad I'm not the person. I've said it before, but I'm glad I'm not the person making the decision on what's going to happen.
I know. I couldn't think of what they're thinking now. The SFA, and they must be all over the show with the decisions that they're having to make. But I think, in regards to contracts, I think they should maybe be extended, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Like you say, I'm glad I'm not making the decisions.
It is a difficult one. I mean, you're not going to keep everyone happy. There's just not a chance that that's going to be the case. League reconstruction might happen. I've heard that. You guys obviously know that the West of Scotland's coming in. Do you worry a wee bit in terms of your position in the Lowland League? I know you guys are pretty much like mid-table at the moment, but do you worry in the future with the sort of former East Juniors, like obviously Kelty and Bonnyrigg are doing so well, and then the possibility of maybe an Auckland like Talbot coming to the league? Does it concern you at all?
I have always thought about that. Thought about how we would cope when those sort of bigger teams go up. But I think as long as Geds keeps on bringing in the quality he is doing as he is, I think the Uni will they'll handle with what's coming up. He's got a good pedigree of players. He's brought in young lads from clubs sort of like Jason Jarvis and James Berry from league clubs. So as long as he keeps on doing that, I think the Uni will handle themselves.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people out with the league tend to look at, like yourselves in Edinburgh Uni, but I think there's teams in, no disrespect, but in a worse position than your guys. I think you're a really good team, and it's like Berwick, for example. They just came into the league this season from league football, and you're above them, aren't you? So
I think they got a bit of a shock when they came down. I think they thought, oh, it's going to be easy, but we did the double over them, so that's all we're bothered about.
And that's what I love. I defend you guys, but I do love it when you sort of beat beat well, inverted commas, a bigger team, and the reaction often seems to be like all doom and gloom.
I know, yeah. They always refer to us as a bunch of students. I think when we beat them at the start of the season at home, all the fans on the Twitter were commenting, how can you get beat by a bunch of students? And I was scrolling down the tweets and just liking them. It was funny.
Quite right, mate. No, it's been a pleasure talking to you, mate, and all the best with everything. I hope Stirling Uni can continue to be a part of the Lowland League as long as possible. I think you are not only a credit to the league, but a credit to yourselves and the gaffer, and obviously the Bucks. For people that sort of keep up with it, you have done fantastically well there. Brilliant, Alex. As I say, thanks for talking to me today, and keep safe, mate.
That's no problem, man. Yourself.